Nailed it.
Hey, I'm Bob.
I'm Jake.
And we are
Nailed It, the podcast. For what episode is this?
4.
Episode. Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah,
episode 4.
Yeah, season 3, episode 4.
You know, I feel like I say this a lot in a lot of the episodes. It's crazy to think that we are now 3 years into doing the show, when it feels like we've only been doing it for what feels like less than a year, at least to me.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of crazy that we're already into our 3rd year of the show, and we've. Would you say? I would say we've grown in listeners and.
Well, yeah, I mean,
just episodes in general, obviously, but
any growth is better than nothing. So
very true.
We can.
I get a lot of people that tell me that they listen to the show at work, so that's cool to know that like people other than the close friends and family are listening to the show.
Well, maybe that fact that we were now two-time
award-nominated podcast.
Yeah, maybe that actually made some people perk up. So that should have made us up our content a little bit, but it really didn't. We do what we do when we do it.
Yeah. We have our little guest right here.
Yeah, our guest Jameson. You guys can see. Jameson the Wonder Dog has entered the chat. It was either this folks let him hang out here and murder that, unalive that stuffed animal, that stuffed lammy he loves so much, or you guys could hear him bark over us in the recording. So we've chosen the lesser of two, and he's very photogenic. So
he's a pretty handsome dude.
So as usual, what's been up with you?
Well, let's see.
Beyond the stuff that I'm around you for, I'm sure there's other stuff going on.
Well, at the beginning of the month, celebrated my birthday. Turned a whopping 27.
I have shoes older than you. That's actually possibly true. Anyway,
we've been around each other for quite a bit of the month so far.
Yeah.
And prior, later end of March.
Yeah, since our last recording, which was fairly early in the month. So we've been. It seems like it's been a while since we were sitting here on the couch having a convo.
Yeah. Been playing shows as you and I both do.
Right.
What was it? This past Monday, I actually went to a concert.
I saw that.
Went over to Mickey's Black Box.
So you walked 100 yards from where you work?
Yeah, walked up the street from my work. No, I ran to the grocery store because I was hungry and wanted cereal. So I went and got a bowl of cereal, and then I went to a concert.
Fair.
But I went to Mickey's Black Box to go see one of my all-time favorites, Wednesday 13, for the, I think I counted the 8th or 9th time I've seen him.
It's more than Beartooth.
Yeah. He is the number one in my list for most seen is Wednesday 13. That was a Christmas present that my sister-in-law got my brother and I, because I got into Wednesday 13 from my brother, and that's his guy. Like,
right.
Wednesday 13 to him is Beartooth to us. But it was always, like, as always, phenomenal show. I will see Wednesday time and time again. He's got a new album coming out tomorrow that I'm actually really excited about. So I'll have to give that a spin when it comes out tomorrow. But yeah, it's pretty much concert. That was the only concert as of the month that's passed. We played a couple really good shows.
Yep. Despite our physical ailments in the band.
Yeah. Everybody sustaining back injuries.
Everybody over 40 for sure.
Yeah.
Except Dave. Yeah, Dave has somehow kept himself from having the injury. Yeah, we did a couple good ones. We did the casino.
We did. We made our debut over at Hollywood Casino.
We made our debut just this past weekend at the Gap VFW.
That was a fun show. I wasn't sure going into that how that would go, but I was very impressed with the turnout.
Right.
And it was just an all-around fun show.
Right.
Everyone in the band was having fun. Everyone attending seemed to have been having a good time. So it was cool.
Yeah, we started our month out at our old Stand By the Burning Bridge, which was an excellent show.
Oh, yeah.
What a great time. Shout out to the two ladies whose name eludes me, because that happens unless I meet people more than once, who on a whim came to see us because they were supposed to be at Double Barrel Saloon that night, or Roadhouse, for a Johnny Cash tribute band. And apparently there was some physical accident with someone in the band. I don't know if someone lost their life or it was whatever happened. I heard it was severe, and they had to cancel that day.
Yeah.
So those ladies were just looking for them, and one of them said, "Well, I hear they have bands at Burning Bridge. Why don't we just go down there? We're already planning on going out." Never heard of us. Didn't know who would be there. They stayed all night. They had a blast. I even dedicated some Johnny Cash to them since we do that one song.
They loved
They
that.
loved it. They had a great time. So that, I mean, that alone should be enough. But the whole night was just a great time. We always have a good time there. And of course, the following week was then. Oh well, the next night we played. That next afternoon, played our makeup show at the Bourbon Mill in New Oxford.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was the day after.
Yeah, because we had to do a Sunday afternoon gig because our initial February gig, nighttime gig, got unfortunately canceled due to the LCB getting involved with stupid COVID like punishments for them. So they had to close their doors for a little bit. But they were nice enough to give us a date. It wasn't a great turnout, although I think there was a decent amount of people there for a Sunday afternoon that stayed.
Yeah.
And they, of course, would much rather have us back on a Saturday, which we're trying to work out. I think that's going to be next year at this point, but they definitely wanted us back, and I appreciated that.
That's a very cool spot. That was the first time I was ever there.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, Chuck, the owner there, I love Chuck. I've been dealing with Chuck in different bands now for over 10 years, just about maybe a little over 10 years.
Yeah.
He had his place out in Hanover, the Bourbon Tavern or Bourbon Grill. Then he went on to buy the mill and turn it into the Bourbon Mill, and he also owns a place we've played, the Bourbon Tavern down in Freeland, Maryland. So
that was a fun show.
Chuck's a good dude to be with and to be in business with. So
yeah,
he's the kind of guy that runs a good business, treats his employees well, treats his entertainers well.
Yeah.
If he doesn't like something, he'll tell you, but he won't be a dick about it. Shout outs to Chuck.
We also that night had that afternoon we almost brought back the nailed it style of someone threw out a song and we did at least a verse and a chorus.
Yeah,
there
for the bartender because she absolutely can't stand the song. So we thought it was hilarious when they asked us to do it. And as soon as he asked us if we could do it, I'm like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
and you took care of that.
Yeah, the song was "Girl Crush."
Yes,
by Little Big Town.
Yep.
Which initially I didn't even like that song, but then the more I listen to country music, the more into Little Big Town I got. They're now one of my favorite country artists.
Well, I knew that song from Dave's ex when they were still a duo.
Okay, yeah.
She would sing it, and then my sister I heard sing it once or twice.
Okay,
so I just knew that more from in my brain. That's more from those two women singing the song than the actual recording. But
that's also
it took me a second though when they asked for it. I'm like, I was thinking a pop song for something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what song, but it wasn't the right one. But once we looked it up and I saw the words, I'm like, oh yeah.
I will say, Little Big Town is one country artist that I will always recommend people to go see live. They are phenomenal. When I saw them, God, this was 6-7 years ago now. I saw them in Reading with Casey Musgraves and Midland, I think they're called.
Midland,
I think that's what they're called. But they were really cool too. They're like a trio, very 90s country style, and I loved them. They were cool.
You mean when it stopped being good?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I shouldn't say that. There's some things I enjoy currently, but not anything I like go out and listen to. But I can listen to it if it's on.
Right.
But
they were really cool when I saw them, and they were one of those like spur of the moment ticket sales. There's actually a funny story behind them, or behind that night. I remember I had to go to jury duty.
Huh.
This is a wild story that I had. Not wild, but yeah, you know what I mean. I had jury duty that day, and so I'm sitting there just going about the day, waiting to be picked for cases and all that. It was the end of the day. I got to go home, and I got a text from my brother because I texted him. I was like, "What are you doing tonight?" And he's like, "Well, me and Sarah, we're going to see Little Big Town in Reading." I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that they were going to be there." He's like, "Yeah, dude, there's still tickets for sale." And I said, "What section are you?" He gave me the section, and I wound up being able to find tickets right next to them. So I bought them, and I said, "Here, I bought a ticket. Don't tell your wife that I'm coming." I said, "But I'm going to sneak in the car and just ride the whole way there with you guys without her knowing."
How'd that go?
Well, there's way more to it.
Oh boy.
So he's like, "All right, we'll do that." So keep in mind, at the time, my sister-in-law was driving a Honda Fit. Me at 6'1" does not fit in a Honda Fit like correctly to begin with. So I climb in the back seat of this Honda Fit and I lay on the floor and I'm covering myself up with jackets and blankets and stuff. Keep in mind, it's also May, so it's warm.
Right.
I'm starting to sweat in this car, and they're not even in the car yet. I'm just laying in there waiting for them to get in the car. And I'm laying in there, and then my stomach starts to bubble, and I'm like, oh no, I got to fart. so
Oh,
so I'm
oh.
like, well, nobody's here. I'll just do it real quick. I do that, and let me tell you, I start dying in this car. It's hot. It stinks.
You
So now I'm dying in
fumigated
this
yourself.
car.
Good.
And so then my brother and my sister-in-law come out to the car. They get in the car, and the first thing she says is, "Why does it smell like farts in this car?"
And
And so my brother, who knows I'm in the car, is dying laughing. I'm in the back seat trying to not laugh because I don't want to blow my cover.
I
It's
think you may have passed
oh,
that. Ship sailed on that.
well, so for the longest time, she didn't realize that I was in the car until what felt like 30 minutes went by of me in this car was actually like 10. We made it not even a mile up the road. And Reading for us is a 45-minute drive.
Right.
And I realized I'm not going to make a 45-minute drive in this car, folded in half, laying on the floor. So I sat up and we're going down, the highway. And I was like, oh, man, let me tell you, my sister-in-law about veered off the road. She's like, what the hell are you doing in the car? And she's like, why are you here? And I was like, surprise, I'm coming with to the concert.
Oh man.
But no, that was my little story for Little Big Town. It was a great show. All in all, it was a great show. But that was my little
Like
story.
any good show is an adventure.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my little story. But
what did we do after that? Casino was after that. We played Hollywood Casino in York
yes,
the following weekend. That went really well. Our first time in there.
that was a very fun show.
It's it's all business in there. Lots of people needing escorts and badges, but the show itself and playing there, and I was concerned us going in there. Not that the casino doesn't always have people in it. That people that were at the bar and at the tables would not care if there was a band there or not.
Yeah.
But we proved that wrong, I think, pretty well. We definitely had people with us the whole time.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had a solid crowd from start to finish.
Yep. So hopefully we'll be back there. We're circling a September date, waiting on a confirmation. So hopefully we'll get our chance. And
yeah.
do we play the next night?
No, the next night
we had multiple things. That was the night that Dave had a Stricken show, his Disturbed tribute.
Yep.
I had a Next to Nothing, my Breaking Ben tribute show.
And then I was in New Jersey. I was in New Jersey for my birthday.
Right. Yeah, you went to Ocean City, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to Ocean City, and we were in Atlantic City for a chunk of the trip too.
Cool.
Because Alex had never been to Atlantic City, and I was like, well, we'll go to the Hard Rock so she can check out all the cool stuff that they had hanging up in glass cases. Because the one floor is just all like memorabilia and stuff from.
Yeah, I was in there.
Yeah, that was a cool place. I did geek out over, and you're gonna love this. I geeked out over all of the Kiss stuff.
You would. It's there for a reason, just not for me.
They had the 4 suits from the reunion tour when the 4 original guys got back together.
Oh, that's cool.
But I geeked out over that. Fred Durst's red hat they had. I'm trying to think some of the other cool stuff. The Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra suits, and they had the Beatles 4 not collar, like lapel-less gray suits that they wore on Ed Sullivan.
All that's in the AC one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah. It's like, that is huge, and they've got so much stuff. Like, people don't realize that the Hard Rock Cafe is just a tiny, like, chunk of that place.
Right.
And we discovered while we were there, Aaron Lewis was playing.
Oh.
In, like, the...
Meh.
What do you call the auditorium or whatever that they have there? Because we were like, I wonder if there's anybody cool we can get last minute tickets to, and it was Aaron Lewis. I was like, I don't need to see that.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool. Probably wearing a red hat. Anyway,
Yeah.
don't want to turn anybody off. Um, yeah, I had a not great experience that night.
Yeah, you were
I
telling
certainly
me.
would not. I'm certainly not one to you know shit on a venue. I mean, unless it's like extreme. It wasn't the venue, but um, the start of it was that the sound tech apparently called out for some reason. I don't know what the reasoning was. I don't know if it was a last minute thing, and their light guy had to run the soundboard. So already not a sound guy.
Yeah.
We had made we played with the local Saliva Tribute Superstar and guys from we played with. They're out of the. I think they base themselves out of the Philly area, but Issues or a Corn Tribute. We
Yeah.
played with them when they did their last time we played with them. They did their Slipknot tribute and their Godsmack tribute. They, in fact, the singer's in 13 different bands.
Which blows my mind.
12 of them are tributes, and one's just like a new metal cover band. They just use all the songs they know
Yeah.
to play. So, and he's only in 13 now. When last I thought it was 12, he's like, no, it's 13 now. We're doing a Nirvana band now. So they're just doing tribute after tribute.
Yeah, they're just switching. Is it always the same lineup of bands?
It's the singer. I believe he's the singer. John Snow does all the singing. But I think a couple of the guys are constantly there, the guitar player. But I think the rest of them some of them are shift out. I know it's the same drummer in Issues that's in the Godsmack tribute, but he was not the drummer in the Slipknot band. So I guess they roll around. But they were I'd spoken to these guys. I'll give you a little backstory on this. I'd spoken to those guys about what time we need to be there. Saliva guys, they were letting them headline. They booked the show. They had asked if we want to do it. I said, no, you guys, you have it. You can close the night out. We'll play in the middle. It's fine with us. So I asked what time they're going to be there. We do that when you're setting a show, and they said they're getting about 4:35. I said, okay, we'll be there sometime after that. Everybody's got families and stuff, and we'll get up there when you can. I said I'm going to try myself to be there by 6:30. Doors open at 7. I'd like to have my stuff loaded in. So I get there. I think it was about 5:45. My wife and I roll up, and I'm loading my stuff, and the guys from the Corn band were on stage trying to get set up, and the singer was pulling some stuff out of the trailer. And I said, "Hey, how's it going?" He goes, "Not so great."
Oh no!
I was like, "What's going on?" He goes, "Well, the light guy's our sound guy because someone called off." That's the first I heard of it. He goes, "And apparently he's trying to change the lineup." I'm like, "What?" So I get inside, and one of the guys from Superstars like, "Yeah, dude. So he's been losing his shit because you guys weren't here at 5 o'clock when we were all supposed to be here, and said because you guys weren't here that you guys had to go on first." I'm like, "Well, that's not going to happen because we told people at the time we're going on."
Yeah.
And 2, he doesn't decide who goes on.
That's not how this works.
So in the meantime, he and I are talking about this. He goes, "Yeah, this guy's really like wound up. Like you can tell he's frustrated. He's not the normal guy, but he was having an attitude." So the Corn guys are up there trying to get checked, and the bass player is like playing. He's like, "Dude, this is I can hear it cracking the mains, the monitors, the drummer's getting blasted." He's like, "You got to turn it down." The guy's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing in this. There's nothing going. I have you turned off." And he's like, "No." Well, it turns out the bass player in that band is also a sound guy. I believe that might be his normal job.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can do it for you. And the guy was getting real pissy. The guys were pretty close, from what I understand, to packing up and leaving.
I believe it.
So then he figured, oh, I'm sorry, I have everything. I got everything in the wrong inputs. He had plugged the bass into guitar and couldn't figure out why when he muted it, it was still going on and blowing up everybody's speakers.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just kind of chilled out, and the guys started rolling after that. So they got their sound check, and he's like, I want you guys to get there and check. Essentially, they had to set up their stuff, move all the pedal boards out of the way, set up our stuff so we can check so we can move our stuff out of the way. So the last guys could set up and check, and then put their stuff behind ours. It was dumb.
Yeah.
I've done line check. He wanted us to do full out song. Well, first of all, I couldn't use our in-ears. It was too much hassle. I was like, you know what? It's 1 hour set, 45 minutes an hour. I can do this if I can hear enough off this monitor, the floor monitors.
Right.
It's not my favorite thing to do because of all the heavy vocals.
Right.
But I'll be able to hear. So we get up there, and Tim wasn't there. Our bass player, Tim, wasn't there yet. I messaged him, but he's not getting in. He's always fashionably late, but he got there. I mean, he honestly got there at like 6:40 maybe. Like it wasn't 6:45, wasn't that late.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I was like, well, you guys got to check without it. So we had to play a song without our bass player. I'm like, okay. The whole time, Craig, our guitar player, his guitar is shooting through the wedge in the drum monitor so bad that Jimmy's like, either take it all the way out or I'm turning the monitor off. And the guy's like, oh, we'll get it. Another thing they figured out was the wrong inputs again, because we had unplugged from someone's pedal to plug in ours, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we get that straight. He says, I'm going to save, because it's all digital like we use. I'm going to save your scene. And Tim comes in while we're mid sound check looking at us like, what are you guys doing? So he's like, I'll get my stuff out. So, I mean, it might take Tim 5 to 7 minutes to get his bass out, get his pedals out.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, when he gets, then he can come up. You guys can check something else. Okay. We're standing there. We're just trying to figure out. He's literally berating Tim. Are you going to get up here? You need to get up here right now. Somebody needs to tell him to get up here right now. And I looked at him like, he's getting his stuff out of the cases. He'll be up in a second. Well, he needs to get up here. We need to get this done. Settle down, buddy. You're starting to piss me off now, and I will leave. I'm not unprofessional ever.
Yeah.
But that was being treated unprofessionally. We sucked it up. We did the sound check. We got monitors where we needed them. Got up out of the way. So a lot of guys got up, did their line check. Show started. Corn went on. Things were very light crowd. Very weird setup there. It's BYOB. It's the old Galifties, which is called London Underground Live now. Cool stage. They have a $1 billion lighting system down there and a better PA than the last time I played there before COVID. Like, they upgraded the place. Cool. But their BYOB, there, of course, was a $10 or $15 cover charge because that's what they do to pay the band. It's fine. $5 a band isn't bad for what we were doing for tributes. They have a thing where if you buy a soda, you get a free shot of alcohol. I guess that's how they get away not having a liquor license. They're giving away their own liquor. So there's no different than BYOB. You just have to buy a $3 soda from them or a $4 soda. Weird. Anyway.
Yeah, interesting.
So there was just things that didn't work. But there was we did the math. There was about 300, 400, and... No, that's not the math. That's not the right math. I don't want to go out pay, but I know what we all got paid by the split. We split the door.
Yeah.
As a band, what we got paid. So there might have been 30, 35 people in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were into it. Everybody was into it. But we got into our set, and he apparently didn't load our scene or didn't scream in guitar to the monitor again, the drums. And Jimmy's like, fix it, or I got to turn it off. The guy's like, don't fucking touch it. I got it. Jimmy's like, we don't have time for this. And Jimmy reached over and clicked off his monitor. Yeah. So Jimmy played drums, heavy, hard rock, metalish drums with backing vocals with zero wedge. I also, if I walked anywhere out of the range of the 2 floor wedges, couldn't hear myself barely through the mains. We got through it. We did our set, and everybody was like, oh, you guys sounded great. I saw a video. We didn't. And That's not me being critical of us, because I am sometimes. You could tell we couldn't hear a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't talk to anybody that runs the club or anything, just the ignorant light/sound guy. He had somebody show up to help him, like a guy just helping him like with cabling and stuff.
Yeah.
The younger guy, he was super nice. I'm not trying to talk shit on the guy, but he let his frustrations, and he was being a dick to the bands, and that's a no-no.
Yeah.
I don't think I would play there again without some kind of guarantee and that we could bring our own sound tech.
Oh, absolutely.
So, unfortunately, that was next to nothing's last full show for the year, and that's like as a full band, and that's what we got.
Yeah.
But the people that did come out to see us did have a good time, sold some T-shirts, which I still had, things like that. So it was a decent time, but as far as the people that were there that were into it, but it wasn't a great show.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what came after that. 12th. I guess it would have been the show at Gap.
Yeah.
That was just last weekend.
Yeah.
Saturday. And then, of course, this past Tuesday, a couple days ago as we're recording, I played my first Falls gig in about 2 months.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Not bad for a guy whose back was twisted and had to stay in one place. Did my usual, had some fun. We had some friends out. Our friend Travis likes to call out random songs for me to do, and then I try and do them. So, not songs. Thankfully, everything was asked this week was songs I've sang before, but never played.
Yeah.
So I played never. Well, that's somewhat wrong, but I did Breakfast at Tiffany's because the other 4 I'm like, that's a song Dave sang, and I tried to play along with him, but never really learned it. So I did that on my own, which I might just add to my solo sets.
Yeah. And
I did Come Down by Bush, which I sang for years in the original See You Next Friday project, but BJ played it.
Yeah.
I've tried playing it, I think, once by myself, and my head wasn't wrapped around it. It's a lot easier than I thought it was. I had a guy in the crowd come up, threw a 20 in my tip jar and said, Radiohead Creep? I'm like, yeah. He goes, can my buddy come up and sing it? I'm like, absolutely, because then I don't have to worry about 2 things. That guy killed it. He sang it better than I would.
Really?
Yeah. They're like, they always want me to sing something. They always tell me this song, and I don't know. I was like, dude, this sounded awesome. I know because you were going right into my ear. So that, it ended up being a fun time.
Yeah. I'm excited to come back there. I think my first one's in June or July.
July, I believe. No, I think you had one before that. The one in July, you were there the week before or week after me. Like we'll be because I'll be there. We'll be at the
Yeah,
Falls 2 weeks in a row because of that. You might have one. You don't have one in May.
I have one in August.
Then it's July and August. I think.
Yes, August 26th. I am there. That's going to be a fun one. So that one, August 26th, is not just me. It's
Oh.
me with a friend of mine.
Oh, you were telling me about this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's me. Me with a coworker, uh, Ricky. We've done like we backstory. We went to do the Rock Lit Battle of the Bands, and she was going to be the singer. The band itself just wound up falling through and never worked out. But I had brought up the idea to her. I was like, "What if we do, an acoustic show?" I was like, I sent her the list that we both pull from. I was like, "These are the songs I do," and I said, "If you have songs that you want to do, let me know. I'll learn them, and we can go from there." And then I said, "Hey, there's this place I play at, and why don't you come with? It's a 2-hour gig on a Tuesday." She was like, "Yeah, sure." And initially, I said about doing the June or July date, whatever that is, and she can't because she's going to be in Africa. But yeah,
Like Toto.
yeah. I told her if she doesn't
Bless
send
the
me
rains down
if
there.
she doesn't send me a video of her in Africa while that song is playing, we can't be friends. But I told her, I have this other date in August. Why don't you come out? We'll do a set or even a whole show. She said absolutely. So we're doing this duo thing, and then eventually I'd like to get uh, our buddy who's a bassist involved and do like an acoustic thing every so often.
That'd be cool.
We went by the name Ricky and the Lost Numbers as a like homage to the Steely Dan song "Ricky Don't Lose That Number." Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'm
so
familiar.
we went with the name Ricky and the Lost Numbers. So that will be a thing in time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing at the Falls again. It's been quite a while.
We have a good time. I love the Falls.
Yeah,
I just always have a good time, even when I have a slow night. And Tuesdays aren't always busy,
yeah,
but Tuesday's the only time I can go play by myself.
right.
Like I could do a weekend show, but I'm usually busy on the weekend, so it's kind of hard for me to do it. Dave plays there quite a bit.
He does.
Travis is even doing more DJing good gigs there, and so. But yeah, I had that too, and then of course this weekend, the old naughty goose,
Ye Old Naughty
Saturday
Goose.
the 26th, right?
Ye-
Yeah, today's
Yes.
24th. Yeah,
Yes.
Saturday the 26th, 8 to 12 inside. But I've not told you yet this today because I didn't see you until we got here. I spoke with the bar today. I saw that they were having the Friday night guy out on deck,
Oh.
and it's supposed to thunderstorm in Northeast during the day.
Okay.
But by like 3 o'clock, the sun's supposed to be out. We are going to be playing it by ear. But
Okay.
there's a chance we'll be playing on the deck from 7 to 11.
Okay.
So, but it's going to be a game time decision,
Yeah.
more or less. We're going to have as late as we can possibly make a decision to still be able to set up an hour earlier than we thought. So,
Right.
So that's cool. And then, of course, coming up 2 weeks, we've got an acoustic gig.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. There's something going on Saturday. Oh, we have a couple. We're at Craft Haven for Marshall's birthday extravaganza
Yup.
around the world by doing shots on people's porches. But he's having quite the acoustic setup. You and myself, our friend Adam Brunner is going to play. A friend of mine and Marshall's, Burns Weaver, is going to play. Our guitar player Rich is now playing a duo thing, maybe a trio thing, with BJ Huss and maybe someone else.
Oh, really?
He asked Marshall to do it. He's going to be the last guy on the bill.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Down at his place, he's bringing the lights to PA. He's going to do a whole
over at Rich's place.
He's going to do a whole production on his little patio there. And of course, Dave Heisey will be playing. I don't know where Dave is in the lineup either, but Dave's doing a set at his porch too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a pretty good afternoon. And then the next day, on May 4th, we have a tribute show.
Yeah.
An acoustic tribute show from 4 to 7 at Jen Jen's Rhythm and Blues in I always want to say York Cave, it's not. It's
Dublin.
York Springs and that area.
Oh, East Berlin.
East Berlin, yeah.
Not Dublin.
No. I will be doing a next to nothing acoustic show, which we've only ever done once, and it was very last minute, didn't work like we wanted to, but it'll be myself, Craig, and Donnie.
Just the microphone.
So we have the two guitar players from the band and myself, which is great because it was just supposed to be Craig and I realized that I don't know enough Breaking Benjamin songs on acoustic to be able to sing and play them with this short notice.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to sound bad. So I talked to Donnie. He's like, yeah, I got nothing going on. We could do that.
Sweet.
So now I might play a few songs, but I don't have to play everything. So
Yeah.
before us, I'm working backwards here. Before us, our friend Ed Allison and his buddy Andy are going to do a Creed set.
I'm so excited about that.
They had done a one-off Creed show with those guys. Jimmy played with them. Tim, I believe.
Yep.
Just a one time. I forget what it's called now. What their band was called.
Were they Human Clay?
Human Clay. Yeah. I think
so.
They're going to be doing an hour-long Creed set or so, and then but to start the day off at 4:00, you and Craig are going to do a Green Day set.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's cool. I just when I brought it up to you, I hadn't really thought about Craig. Then I was like, well, he loves Green Day and he likes to play for everything. So when I said you guys should get in contact, I had a feeling the answer you were going to give me was yeah. Craig and I are playing.
Well, I know in the past, Craig and I had already talked about him and I doing a Green Day tribute act together.
Oh, so it was something. It wasn't strange conditions or anything.
Yeah, which is like, and I thought you had known that when you suggested
not at all.
him. Yeah, there was for a brief moment him and we had talked to Ken as well about doing a Green Day tribute act. We had we also had Ed involved in it at a point in time where we were trying to get this Green Day tribute act off the ground, and it, just due to scheduling and everything, it never fell through. Yeah, just because of life. But yeah, I'm excited that Craig and I are finally able to get something together to do this Green Day show. And yeah, I know there's an
unaliving going on right now at Lamb Chop. Has his brains spilled all out all over my floor. His stuffing brains.
But I had to laugh when you texted me and you're like, I need a name. And I was like, oh, shit, I never thought of that.
Well, I wasn't going to worry about it, but then Ed said they were going to use Human Clay because it's him and Andy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to put that in the poster, I shouldn't just have Jake and Craig.
Yeah. And I quick texted Craig and I was like, hey, we need a name. And he sent me a couple that he had thought of like right off the top of his head. And I really liked the one we went with then, What's Her Name? Because one of my favorite songs off the American Idiot album is What's Her Name?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, that's perfect. I loved that. And
yeah, I like
it. We didn't even, barter or like go back and forth with ideas. He shot me that. I was like, that I'm in. Do it.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's gonna be a good time, I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
We got our set list together now, which is slightly different than what Craig and I were trying to do together.
Yeah,
mostly because Craig had to worry about what stuff he could play because he obviously doesn't play all the parts.
Yeah.
But now that both the guitar players are there, we got all the parts. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun time. And that rounds out going into, obviously it goes into May a little bit, but I figure since that's the first weekend of the month, and we got those cool couple things going on.
Yeah,
we're only a couple weeks away. And then after that, we're off for a couple weeks. Actually, Ghostlight's off till the 16th or 19th of
the
16th of May. That's the next time we play, which is
Burning Bridge.
Insane. No, that's actually not Burning Bridge. That is Spring Gulch.
Oh, that's right. Burning Bridge.
We have Music Fest at Spring Gulch Campground in New Holland, which I believe is open to the public with a cover charge if anybody wants to try out. That's a pretty cool campground. I love Craft Haven. That place is pretty nice.
Spring Gulch is a cool place.
And we'll be playing outside, obviously. You didn't get to do that with us yet.
We were inside in the pavilion.
Yeah, we play outside the pavilion, assuming rain, obviously, weather permitting. But we play outside facing the grassy area with all the golf carts and stuff. It's very cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
So we have that, and I think we have Burning Bridge the next night.
Yes, the 17th, because that's the same weekend.
You are hopping in your car and driving to Ocean City when we're done, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Dude, you're crazy.
No, well, I decided I'm going the morning after.
Oh, you're going to sleep?
Yeah, because I'm going to get some sleep. And not only that, there's no room for me anywhere to sleep that night, unless I would just sleep in my car. But
oh, I see what you're saying down there.
Yeah. So I'm getting up early Sunday, and I'm heading to Ocean City, Maryland for the second night of Boardwalk Rock.
Isn't it the third night? Doesn't it do Thursday? I thought it was Thursday.
No, it's a 2-day event.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking
Saturday and a Sunday.
Probably one of the other 17 festivals that go on in the summer, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I'm going to the second night of Boardwalk Rock in Ocean City, Maryland, which I'm very excited for. I'm still jealous that Alex is seeing Def Leppard the first night. Um, However, I've seen them 3 times, 2 or 3 times.
So she's going both nights.
Yes,
Okay.
we both have 2-day admission, but at the time they were only selling 2-day admission, so I had to buy one. Even though
you
I
can't offload the other ticket. You can't separate them.
No, it comes on a 2-day wristband.
Hmm.
But the second night, there's some pretty cool bands that I'll be seeing the second night. Some I could kind of do without, like
That's every big festival thing. You can't. Not everything's a hit for everybody.
there's also an artist on there. I think there's two. It's Royale Lynn. Never heard of them.
No, never heard of her.
And yeah, same. And what is his name? Tom Montana or something like that.
Also,
I looked him up. He's actually pretty cool.
I don't know everyone.
Tim Montana.
Yeah, no. Sounds like a country artist.
He's like Southern rock,
Bro country.
Yeah, he's kind of like bro country, but also has some like rock to
like
him.
Wearing a Yellowstone T-shirt on stage, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But then I'm seeing people like Saliva. Them I could do without because they don't have Josie Scott with them anymore.
Yeah, I hear that might be better for them, but
I haven't listened to him since he left. But who else is on there? Lit is on there. Blackstone Cherry, Night Ranger.
Such a weird lineup.
Yeah, they're the oddball, Night Ranger. But I'm going to go there because I want to hear Sister Christian.
Yeah, I would too. I could care less about anything else Night Ranger does, but I would actually like to hear that once.
The main draw that I'm going is Alice Cooper's going to be there. So, I got to go see him.
Yeah, God, never seen that show before. Anyway.
And we're seeing 3 Days Grace, which I know your feelings towards. Three Doors Down.
Prepare to be bored out of your mind.
Saw them last year. She likes them.
I don't have anything against their music. Their show is boring. I actually walked out of their show when they played the York Fair.
The only band I ever walked out on because of boredom, and this will come as a surprise to some people, was the Scorpions.
I could believe that. Yeah, we saw them on a bill, and Sick Puppies was the opener, like the direct support.
Okay.
And when that got, they're for a 3-piece, they're a hell of a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Upbeat, heavier feel. And then Three Doors Down came on. We're like, why is everybody's lighters out the first song? We stood there for about 3 songs. I was with my old guitar player and my friend Timmy.
Yeah.
We were still in a band, and my wife, and we're just like, you guys want to go? Want to hit a bar? So we left the fair and went to a bar. No, I mean, they were sold out that day. Obviously, people were there to see them. They didn't sound bad. That's a hell of a letdown.
Yeah.
We were there to Sick Puppies. But yeah, I don't know that I would like go out of my way to see Three Doors Down again.
Yeah.
I have a list of bands that I still like to see before I die, and I don't need to see them again.
And then the 2 headliners for night 2 are Shinedown, which
that's on the list of bands I need to see. Actually, I've heard some amazing things about their live show. So
I've heard they're great live.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike their music. In fact, I've covered some of their stuff. I don't mind listening to them, but I couldn't tell you that I've ever listened to a whole album of theirs.
Same. I know a handful of songs.
Right.
And still, even though I've heard a handful of songs, they're not in my like sought out list of bands to see live.
Right.
But sure, I'll check them out. They're cool. But then after Shinedown is Nickelback.
I don't care what anybody says about it. I've said on this podcast numerous times, I like Nickelback. I've always liked Nickelback, and they are one of the best live shows I ever saw, and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
20
about
plus
them.
years ago.
My sister has seen them 2 or 3 times, and she has said they're one of the best concerts she's ever seen.
Yeah, they put on a show, man. It's worth it.
And same as what you said. I'll admit it here on the show. I've always liked Nickelback. I tried, getting on that bus of, we don't like Nickelback, where, deep down inside I was like, shit, they're really good.
No, I don't need to be accepted in that group anyway. I like what I like.
But yeah, that's going to be a fun festival. And then, on top of doing all the shows that we're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what else we have that month. Marietta Legion on the 31st.
Let's
And
refer.
that's it's in my head because I know that Scotty will be running Worst World Sound guy. And
And then you are at Golden Brew.
oh yes, Golden Brew distributor here in hometown Manchester. Um, my boss at Brewers Outlet that I've worked for 15 long years. He recently did some business dealing. He now has Golden Brew in Manchester, another place, Brewskis in Shiloh, here in York, where he's managing partner or things of that nature. Because the LCB doesn't allow you to own more than one beer distributor, so he's just managing or consulting, as I do when I go there to help them. I'm a consultant. Anyway, he's doing the grand reopening because they were going to close. He saved them from closure
Yeah.
back in September. So he's turning around. It's a place people are shopping at again. So they're going to do a big thing outside with people doing taste tests, and there's an excellent Mexican food truck there. I forget Las Mamas. I forget what the name is now, but and I haven't eaten there because of my new diet. I don't really hit that stuff, but
Yeah.
everybody, he has lines out there. Like apparently the food is amazing.
Yeah.
Tacos and all that stuff. So that'll be there. He's going to have again some of the liquor companies, the local guys. Some of the beer reps are going to have some taste tests and samples, and I'm going to be playing a set for probably an hour and a half. I think there might be a bounce house. I'm not sure if he can get that clear or not. They're looking at doing a car show in the adjoining business parking lot, like a truck show.
Yeah.
Some truck club's going to do that. So it's going to be a pretty cool thing. I don't want to forget that's coming. But
I will say events like that, I have like a love, like a hidden love for to play at. Like I did one last year. Yeah, it was last year. For the store Complete in Box in Ephrata, the comic book store, they always do like an anniversary event, and they have vendors and sales on comics and all this stuff, and they'll do live music. And they asked me to play, and it was about an hour set. Go in, play the songs that that you can do, really well without having to really think about it, and then you
Yep.
leave.
Yep. Kind of like Christmas.
Yeah.
Except we didn't know any of the Christmas songs.
Exactly. I will say I got a great deal on a comic book that day.
I'll bet you
that
did.
That was my compensation. Was he gave me a great deal on a comic book. But actually, the cool thing about that is the I think he's the manager. I don't know if he's the owner, but the guy who runs the place, his name's Spencer. Killer dude. He just started a tribute act, and he does Weezer, and they do the Blue album in its entirety.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is cool because I initially tried out for them as a drummer to just to do that for them unless they needed or like until they were looking for a full-time drummer. I said, hey, if you need somebody for the time being, I could do it, and worked with them for a little bit, and then they wound up finding somebody. So, but yeah, it was cool. I have yet to check them out. They played one gig somewhere out, I think more towards the Ephrata, out that way area. I forget the name of the venue, but from what I heard, it was good. And I know Spencer is a big Weezer fan. He's a big punk guy. I'll have to give him a look next time that they play.
Yeah. You got anything else going on? You have some Lysdexia stuff you've been working on, yeah?
Yes.
Band's still alive?
The band is still alive. We actually have a gig.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned. I won't be there.
To be fair, it's a Thursday at the Racehorse Tavern.
Oh, so you're playing for the bar then? Playing for the staff, are you?
Yeah.
Staff and band wives who might not even show up?
Let's see. It is August 21st at the Racehorse Tavern.
You're playing a show inside in August at the Racehorse on a Thursday.
We are playing along with Honey Trap.
Have I heard that name? Maybe I'm thinking Honey Pump. That's a local cover band. Anyway, go on.
And Arsenic Kitchen.
Sounds like an original act.
But yes,
sounds like family-friendly material.
We have that gig booked. We're working on some other things, which will then lead into my next topic. But we also have some original material that we've been working on. I know Dave got together with Joe, our drummer, to lay down vocals for some new tunes. Once those are completely done, we will have 5 originals done. We're shooting for between 9 and 10 to put out a full album, but we're getting there. We have stuff written and demos recorded. We just gotta get together, tighten things up, lay some more vocals and all kinds of other fun stuff down. But yeah, we're hoping for the best to get some new material out very soon.
Excellent.
But my next question, and I'm keeping track of time over here. I wanted to bring this up numerous times on several episodes, but kept forgetting, and then I remembered today on my way here to bring this up. And this is also a topic to bring up for you to get your opinion on this. Venues that promote that they're looking for live music, and then when you reach out, you hear nothing from. This has happened to me numerous times from numerous venues, and it's something I wanted to bring up to get your opinion on.
This is a good topic, and I will give you a quick version because I think this is something we need to actually spend an episode on.
Yes.
We could actually talk quite a bit about this and take up a lot of time about just what's proper etiquette.
Yes.
As far as I can deal. I mean, obviously, I've been doing this a long time. I have actually probably been doing this almost as long as you've been alive. I will say that is very unprofessional as far as I'm concerned. You don't have to say yes to anybody if you're the venue looking.
Right.
I used to book for a venue. I used to do the booking. I
Yeah.
get it. You don't want every act there. Everybody and their brother's going to reach out when you say you're doing live music.
Right.
But as a courtesy, if someone messages you, at least tell them, hey, thanks, we're not interested, or we got the position filled, or we did what we need to, thanks for reaching out.
Yes.
But ghosting somebody, flat out crickets when you send something, I think is unprofessional and a little ignorant. There are some bullet points to that. A lot of bookers are, for bars aren't the owner. Sometimes they're the bar manager or one of the staff that's just like, well, I'll do it. Probably aren't getting paid any extra to do it for them. Sometimes it's a promoter, and that's even worse. I've dealt with that personally.
Right.
A promoter asked me for advice on something and then wouldn't get back to me when I offered up my own services. Crickets again.
Yeah.
But was quick to take my opinion about something else.
Yeah.
And that actually remedied itself. In fact, we played the casino based off of that taking 3 or 4 years to resolve.
Yeah.
They at least, and not because that's what they did, because they took notice because I called them to task without calling out the company's name. I called them to task for the guy that was working for him at the time not doing his job correctly, because at the same time he was promoting himself when he started playing out acoustic solo.
Yeah.
All you saw on his feeds on social media was about his shows, but I had found out later he was not responding to anyone about the venue he was booking, which was the casino when they first started doing gigs at York.
Yeah.
They were just doing like acoustic trios and smaller. But he contacted me because he was told by people that trust me to help him find acts. And then when I brought up my own act, he ghosted me and did a bunch of people until he didn't work for the company anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know him personally. I don't know what was going on with him. I have heard him perform. I've heard him speak on some other shows. Very knowledgeable guy. Seems like a super nice dude. I'm not trying to bash anybody, but from the standpoint of what you brought up, that was a prime example.
Yeah.
Even more so because they contacted me first about something else entirely.
Yeah.
I just don't. I would rather have a venue say we're not interested.
Yeah.
Hell, they can be unprofessional in their answer. Yeah, we think you suck. It's not nice, but at least they're responding.
Yeah.
Not responding is worse. And I think that goes along with a lot of stuff that we talked about venues and how they treat you or how you treat them and how professional they are or aren't. But like I said, that could be a whole another episode. But yeah, I will tell you this. I don't like it.
Yeah.
If you want a very simple answer to that question, I don't like it. And I think it's wrong to treat anybody musically that way. If you're asking and they're telling, you can at least have the courtesy to say no or yes, or I'll get back to you at another time.
Yeah.
Not just, hey, I saw your message. And remember, people, we can all see if someone read a message now.
Yeah.
You know, a text message, Facebook, whatever. It lets us know if someone read the message or at least opened it.
Yeah.
So you can't pretend you didn't see the message unless you literally didn't see the message. So you can always say you missed somebody's call, but nobody really calls anyone anymore. So.
Yeah. Well, and so the reason I brought this up was because I brought the idea back up last weekend when I was in Ocean City. Or no, that was the weekend before. But there was a venue in that area that was promoting online. Hey, looking for live bands for the season, for the summer. Reach out to this number. I had reached out to said number, gave them the whole spiel, and they said, "Hey, nice to meet you. If you could send an email to us with all the same info you just sent us, and with all this info, rates and if you have a set list, shoot that over, and availability and all this stuff." And this was prior to me joining Ghostlight, so I had quite a open schedule for acoustic gigs. And I said, "Perfect, thank you." Sent an email out and confirmed with the number still. I said, "Hey, just letting you know, sent an email over to you. Hope to hear back from you soon." It's been 2 years now. Never heard from them.
Yeah, that's not responding is worse than saying no every time.
That, or in a similar situation with even some of the more local venues. I won't name them out of respect, but I've reached out to venues that have then reached back out to me and said same thing, like, "Hey, like, send us your material." I'd send material over, whether it's Listexia, or myself, or even Ghostlight, which I don't do. And I'd get responses back then once I send my material that's like, "Awesome. Like, thanks for your information." That's it. And then I won't get "I'll get back to you," or
Well,
things
I mean,
like that.
at least acknowledgement they got your information is better than nothing, but
Fair.
it's still not great.
Yeah. And like, then I would reach back out to venue, or to said venue, and be like, I'd even just ask, like, "Do you have any open dates that you're considering? Or do you have any kind of idea?" Like, even if it is just like a "No, we don't have anything right now," or, "We'll let you know," something.
Right. And they should.
Yeah.
Like I said, we could have a whole conversation about that. That may be a topic for a future episode, maybe with some guests or something, which is something I wanted to bring up. We have been talking about doing more guests, and not just the two of us. And I have some confirmed people that want to be on the show. We don't have dates set up to do recordings yet or get with them, but I do want to throw out a couple names because I want them to know we didn't forget about them. Of course, we've been talking about this for 2 years now, but our friend Dave Heisey,
Yep.
will be on at some point. I may have to catch him at the campground and sit him down and just talk to him there.
We do need a craft haven session.
Also, Marshall Kramer. Marshall's not a musician per se, although he's been in bands, but he's a music guy, and just a fantastic graphic designer and business owner, and just has stories beyond stories. So he'll be a good one. My old bandmate from way back in the Johnny Chimbo days. He was one of the founding members. He's one of the guys that was there when I auditioned for the band. Ben Garner. He is currently doing a bunch of solo stuff. He was just down in Nashville for one of those roundtable things.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a member of the band Collinsville Discount Band, who are a pretty big deal in the York area, and they're a very, very good band. So Ben's agreed to come on when we can work out scheduling. Ben's got stories. He's military. He's got years of experience. One of the best musicians I know. And there's a couple other people I've reached out to. I haven't heard anything back, so I don't want to drop those names. But we have some people. As the year goes on, we're going to get some people on the show. And
I also talked to a friend of mine who we both know. I won't say a name yet, but somebody that we both know that has experience out in the music industry, in the touring world, who's got all kinds of stories with different bands that they've worked with. So I think that'll be a cool one to bring onto the show, because it's not just from the local area, but it's just kind of like a experience in the music industry,
right? Which is always good. I mean, that's on brand. And
I
also, we've planned about this. We talked about this with the guests, stuff. But I think I finally got a little bit of equipment to do some more on the fly mobile recordings.
Yep.
So we may be able to do some interviews with people or just some last minute, hey, we're going to use our phone, which is probably better than some people's recordings. But I think we're going to try and do a little more guerrilla style. Hey, here's a podcast episode. And again, we've also talked about you and I doing solo episodes, which I have many a night where I could just get on and record and I don't. So maybe that'll happen too. But we'll get there. There's a lot of room for this that we have a high ceiling that we're not even getting close to.
Oh yeah.
If we're going to even be, the fact that we got considered twice for being competitive to other podcasts in this area, which by our standards are much better than ours.
Right.
And not because we're down on ourselves. They're just polished in this year's winner, Dave. We talked about him last episode, Dave Gates.
Well-deserved winner.
Solo musician podcast. He deserved that win. He is top-notch podcasting for a local guy. Like, it should be a wider spread than what he does.
Right.
So we definitely have some things I want to do and we want to do to get there. So, maybe one of these days we'll try another live stream. We tried that, but we didn't plan it out very well. We got to stop last minute and that stuff. But, and we rarely bring music into this. Maybe we should do an album review sometime, play some snippets, see if we get ripped down off of YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, I would say we did one album review in season 1.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that is already in season 1. We're 2 years away from that.
Yep.
Yeah,
we're past our 2 years of actually starting this. That was back in March, I believe.
Yes.
We did it all from March to the end of 23, all of 24. Now we're in 25.
Yeah.
So we're in our 3rd year now. So
insane.
2 full years of calendar time, but as far as like the years go by, we're crossing in our 3rd year. So
yeah,
I'm happy with what we've done, little or a lot. We get to hang out, talk about things, have some people on sometime, just the thing we've always done. So as long as people, even a handful of people, are still listening, I'm still doing. So
oh yeah.
We already covered our shows. I have something I want to show to you, and I want to show in the video. Something I purchased that I just think is hilarious, and I want to see it. But other than that, I don't have much going on. I already announced the shows. So if you're in the area of Northeast Maryland, come see us this weekend, Saturday night, possibly on the deck, possibly not, depending on the weather. Hit ghostlightradioshow.com for our schedule. It has all our acoustic gigs and our full band gigs on there. And, of course, they can find Listexi on Facebook, correct?
Yep, we are on Facebook.
August 21st, they're playing.
Racehorse Tavern.
And, of course, the occasional side thing that Jay Kaz or I have will pop up. But anything for you?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I think I'm pretty set.
So so we'll get to it real quick, and then we'll cancel.
What is this?
I bought myself a T-shirt.
Okay.
I should have bought 2 years ago, and I forgot. A friend of mine, old high school buddy of mine, Keith Heck, the best of us in the art world back then. He was always better than any of us. We all knew it. He has a page on is it T Fury or T Public? One of them. I forget which one now.
I've heard of T Public.
That he puts up designs. He's got pages and pages of designs. He's got some cool Clutch T-shirts because he's into Clutch and different designs and pop culture. But I had made a reference to a band I'm not very fond of and what I call them, and he made a T-shirt design out of it years ago, and for some reason it came up in my memories on Facebook last week.
Oh no!
I was like, I never ordered one of those shirts, and he even called me out for being the guy who inspired it. So I ordered one. It came in the mail last night. So I'm going to show it to you, then I'm going to flip it around for the camera to see. Hold on a sec.
Oh no! Look how excited he is. He's so excited about this shirt.
I don't want to ruin it by showing it to the camera first. So I'm going to show you. Yeah. So this is, let me make sure I get it in frame. This is Keith's design for 5 Flavor Fruit Punch, which is my favorite name for Five Finger Death Punch, who I cannot stand. And that's how I was referring to them online for a while. Keith saw it and made a shirt out of it, and I had forgotten about it for so long that I'm so glad I got one. So that'll be coming to a show near you.
I say I might need to get one of those. Those are cool. I like that.
Yeah, if I could, I want to shout him out, and I can't remember what the link is, but I'll try and put the link in our description for the thing, because he's got a lot of cool shirts that just have random pop culture or music references that people will get.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool that came this week,
amazing.
And I want to show it. So that's it for me. When next we speak, It'll be month number 5, episode number 5, and by then I'll have seen Thunderbolts.
Oh,
Super excited. So I'll have a movie review. Maybe I'll just do that after that. That'll be before we play our show. It's actually a week from now. Oh wow, that's only a week.
Speaking of movies, you know how we have my list of
Things you need to see,
classic movies I've never watched. Checked one off the other night. I watched Top Gun for the first time.
Wow, good for you. Now watch Top Gun Maverick.
Well, that we were going to, but we both fell asleep while the credits were rolling of the first one.
I will preface this by saying, Top Gun is a classic and a great movie, and R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Maverick is just like, well, it's been 30 years. Let's just make the same movie with better technology.
Fair.
And it was awesome. So, I mean, at the base of it, it's just the same plot, just more modernized, made in the 2000s or 2020s instead of 1984 or 6 or whatever they're making out.
Yeah.
So 86. But yeah, good for you. Good for you. Keep taking them off. You'll be 90 before you watch all the movies you're supposed to.
I know, right?
Hey,
I checked Scott Pilgrim off early, so
yeah, you're gonna have to watch it again and again.
I'm coming up on my
also, if anybody cares, Kevin Smith's masterpiece Dogma has been returned to his ownership. He's right now touring it around. And by the way, I was going to buy his tickets for your birthday.
Yeah.
There was one show left on a Thursday in Red Bank, and it was like $80 a ticket.
Jeez.
And I was like, I love this movie, and I'd love to hear Kevin talk about it.
Yeah.
Because
$80 a ticket.
June 5th, it's being released nationwide in theaters again for a limited run.
Ooh.
So wherever it comes near us, we're going to go watch it. I actually never saw that movie in the theater. I only saw it on VHS
that'd be
at
sick
the time.
to see in theaters.
So as many times as I've seen it, I do own it, although you can't find. I should probably sell my copy because they're going for like $100 online right now. Yeah, because it got completely pulled from the shelves.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a whole fiasco for him, but he's got control of it. So if y'all are Kevin Smith fans, Viewers Universe fans like we are, go out and see that movie in the theater again if you never did, because not only is it just a cool thing, a lot of stars in that movie. Alan Rickman, Selma Hayek,
George
Carlin, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Chris Rock, and then there's just cameos on top of that. Like, it's a fantastic movie from the early aughts that people should check out.
We've got that coming up too. Speaking of Fantastic
Four. Yep, that's coming in July, so we're getting there. New trailer dropped this week or last week. It's looking spiffy.
I feel like that needs to be the first nailed it the movie review.
We can do it.
A Fantastic Four. I'm ready for it. I love the Fantastic Four.
Same month as old Superman. I'm pretty excited about that too. So, all right, well, we'll save all this. We're gonna save all this for next time. Then maybe we'll be doing some. We'll be talking about Thunderbolts for sure, and maybe some other stuff. And maybe the next episode will have a guest. We'll see how our schedules can work out.
Absolutely.
But that's it for me. You?
I'm good.
All right. Until then, as always, I'm Bob.
I'm Jake.
And we are
Nailed It the Podcast.
See you.
See you.
Nailed it.